Welcome to this edition of How to Write. I'm Matt Windle, professional boxer, former Young Poet Laureate and Poet Laureate of Birmingham, and today we're going to be looking at how to write acrostic poetry. So let's get started. Acrostic poems are thousands of years old and can be found in the works of ancient Greek and Latin poets. In 1888, an acrostic poem known as CLE 950 was found graffitied on a hallway wall in the ancient city of Pompeii. It would have been inscripted sometime before 79 AD because that's when Mount Vesuvius erupted and buried Pompeii in volcanic ash. Today, acrostic poems can be found in the Bible, the final chapter of Through the Looking Glass, and even in national anthems. It's a form of constrained writing that can also be used as a mnemonic to aid memory. For instance, Rhythm Has Your Two Hips Moving is a mnemonic acrostic poem which helps you to correctly spell the word rhythm. So, now we know some of its history, let's take a look at what makes an acrostic poem. An acrostic poem is created by first placing the individual letters of a word vertically down the left-hand side of your page to spell out a word or message. The theme of the poem is usually about the word that is spelt out. There are several different types of acrostics, and I'll talk to you about some of them in this video. The first being a single word acrostic. This is when there is one word on each line used to create an overall sentence. Here is one that I've made to show you using the word isolation. In seclusion, our love and togetherness is overwhelmingly nourishing. Another form of acrostic poetry can see sentences of varying length and structure on each of the lines, as seen here in my acrostic poem, Imagination. Inside of my overactive brain, I aim to go to the places that I cannot visit in my physical form. Never-ending possibilities surround us all, and in time we shall come to appreciate the importance of our imagination and the nucleus that it provides. Now it's your turn to write a single word and or sentence acrostic poem, so pause the video here and come back when you're done. If you're not sure what you want it to be about, do what I did and use the word imagination. Welcome back. Now you may have noticed that none of these poems have rhymed so far, and generally acrostic poems don't rhyme, but if you did want to create a rhyming acrostic poem, then it may sound a little like this. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. Can't always focus, can't always cope. Hard working one day, maybe not the next. Opportunities will happen if I pass my test, only the pressure can be difficult. I just want to have fun. Learning is important, but so is allowing my imagination to run. The poem in Through the Looking Glass also uses rhyme. Pause the video here and try your hand at writing a rhyme and acrostic and come back when you're ready to move on. If you find it difficult, then it may be worth watching my How to Write Rhymes video. But here's a top tip. You may find it easier to write a rhyme and acrostic if you use a word with an even number of letters. Good luck! Thanks for coming back. Once you've mastered the single word and sentence acrostics, you may wish to try something a little more difficult known as a double acrostic. A double acrostic is when a word is spelt not only using the letters from the beginning of each line, but creating another word at the end of each line as well. You can see an example of a double acrostic here in my poem, Boxing Poetry. I've used some rhyme in this piece, but typically double acrostics don't need to rhyme. Brutality is euphoric when victory appears within grasp. Opponents trade hands during a last stand in search for a KO. Xylo's sugar-sweet blows reflect those standing toe-to-toe, inspiring future generations in their quest to be the GOAT. Never question the hopes, never doubt the heart of a fighter. Greatness begins when determination unites with ability. And now for possibly the most difficult acrostic poem that I've ever had to write, and that's one that uses alliteration in every line from each letter of the word you're using. I'm not sure if this method of poetry even has an official name, but I like to call it acrostiration, as it's a cross between an acrostic poem and alliteration. Besides, making up your own words can be fun. So, here is my acrostiration poem about Mary Arden, who was Shakespeare's mom, and the farmhouse that she grew up on, which can still be visited today. Meet made memories maintaining a married mother's matriarch. Mary Arden's altered ancestry abode antiques above all amazing artefacts, repeatedly retaining and reliving Robert's real rituals, yard yarn yearning yesterday's yesteryear, ye yard work yearbook yelling you, yes ye fair. Approach animals and also accomplished archery applications are applied amongst advanced anticipation of an arquebus. Released records read robust Richard, refreshingly repeated, renewing and retaining rich resources. Discover daily dealings doing duties due to desideratum. Everyone's excitingly exploring endless entities, escorted by established essence in existence. Nevertheless, noble names were naturally niche, noting neighbours now notice numerous new nesting nest egg nucleus. So there you go. That's how you write acrostic poetry. Have fun with it and leave your acrostic poems in the comments. Ta-ra a bit.